Alright, survivors, welcome back to another episode of Kingdom Death Monster. As always, we will begin this episode by making a few corrections because we can't start an episode of Kingdom Death KDM without that. And it's fairly straightforward this time, not really a rules confusion as such, but if we look up in here, I was looking at the Hands of Heat, and because we rolled this event earlier, the 1 to 3 with Troy, but then rerolled later. We need to make a correction here. I added the Bone Witch to the timeline 3 lantern years from now. That is down here. But since we reroll that, we don't want the Bone Witch down here. I don't know if it's a bad or a good thing. Probably a bad thing, so we are happy to be rid of it. So that's one thing. Then Atreyu, who is departing with the flower addiction. I forgot he had his sleeping virus flower that he has to carry. This one is cursed and bound to him. He has to carry this thing, and currently his track is full, but we will make a correction. It also says when you die, then you add a warm virus to the timeline next year. So not yet. I thought I needed to add that, but no, only when he dies. Okay. But I think we only gave him the bandage here to make the blue affinity here. So we will take the bandage away from him. The sleeping virus flower has to be in his grid and can be moved around in his grid, so this is fine. As long as he departs with it in his grid as always, for the first time, but still every time. And then we have a bandage available that I don't really have any like throwaway character who isn't doing anything. But I was thinking I would give it to Mr. Poopy Butthole, because the bow can sometimes be a little tricky to get used, and then he might move and use bandages instead and stuff like that instead. Otherwise, we could put it over on Troy. Tricky. Then I think we did the endeavors and stuff, but we were so close to being able to innovate this year, and we didn't, I think. First year whether we don't innovate, and it feels real bad, man. I really hope that the Flower Knight gives organs at least, and that we don't lose all of our stuff to the Gorm climate. We gotta get rid of the Gorm climate, but in order to do that, we needed to have a specific innovation. I noticed. I read up on that, and we don't have that one yet. So it's just a matter of getting that before we try to even fight the Gorm and get rid of it. But for now, we are departing for the Flower Knight. Then we will look at our stuff and do all the departing bonuses. So in here, 2 survival for everyone. And I believe some of them are already at 4 survival, but there are some that aren't. So 2 for you, 2 for you. That's the departing bonuses from the settlement itself. Then departing here, some of these are on arrival, so I gotta differentiate them between them. Luck, I don't know about stuff like this luck here. I think I'll do that now. He gains a luck token. Sorry, she. On arrival. That would be it for you. Really? Huh, that wasn't too much. 12 brain, 12 insanity. That's kind of insane. Champion's Ride does nothing. All right, then moving on. Here we have Mr. Poopy, Shining Hero of the Phoenix, Butthole. 2 survival, can't have more. All right. Yeah, everything's fine. Oh, we gotta read the notes too. There might be something in here that is looking at. No, and no. Then Atreyu, I think this is your first hunt ever. Yeah, first hunt XP. We get an evade. Oh, whoops, misclick. Let's evade. There, invasion token. Boop. Then over here, another evasion. Then 1 survival and 1 survival. So that's up to the 4. The reverberating lantern that we gotta remember we can use during the hunt. 1 luck. The scrap sword is deadly, but that's fine for now. Nothing else at the moment, okay? Over here, we have another evasion token for the Rhythm Chaser. This is on arrival, evasion. 2 survival for the Dried Acantha, so everyone is at full survival again, and no bleeding here, of course. Okay. That was in permanent tokens. I'm sure the bleeding isn't supposed to be permanent, though. And we don't need Rhythm Chaser stacks here. We have Matchmaker Courage. What did that do? Bold. Matchmaker. When you are the returning survivor, once per year you may spend Endeavor to Intimacy. Oh, we gotta remember to do that. Not for free, but we can get Intimacy every year from Troy. Okay, he could die from that, so that's a maybe thing. But yeah. Alright. That was the departing bonuses. Except for one thing, Flower Edition says you may only depart to hunt the Flower Knight, which is what we're doing. After you depart, cure this disorder. So Flower Addiction goes away. Okay. And this one is at the start of each showdown. On arrival. Different wording, but kind of interesting. Anyway, so we go into the hunt. Find the Flower Knight, level 1, of course. We probably wouldn't want to hunt a level 2, having never seen him before. He's here, he's painted. Looks cool. Let me have a good look at this figurine here. Very, very interesting. Alright. What do we have there? The Forest Gate. The survivors approach an ominous gate. Trees and shadows lay beyond. The forest wants what it wants. Okay. And it seems like we have to get through that to get to him. Alright. And nothing up there. Alright. I guess we are just doing the hunt as usual. We didn't start at the start this time. Interesting. I'm sure this is correct, but let me find the Flower Knight up here. Flower Knight rules. Just in case there's something. This is the core rule book for him, because it's an expansion book, I guess. Current campaign. Maybe I need to read something here. Endeavor Forest Run. Exchange any number of monster resources for that number of random flower resources. The Bloom People. Start a new campaign. Oh, this is a custom campaign kind of thing. Okay, so that's not what we're doing. Next page. New rules. Perishable resources. Nothing right now. We've got to keep an eye on that. Parry, hit location type. Survivors of the fencing secret art ignore the parry type. Okay. When attempting to wound a parry hit location, all wound attempts fail unless the wound result is critical. This failure triggers any failure reactions as normal. Okay. Hunt board starting space. The Flower Knight's level determines the survivor's starting space on the hunt board. When the Flower Knight is chosen as the quarry, the survivor started the space with the icon matching the level of the Flower Knight. I'm assuming that has been set up correctly here. Forest Gate, Fairy Ring. Oh. Special feature of the Flower Knight Showdown. It is not terrain. We'll get to that in a minute, I suppose. Night expansions and tactics deck. Okay, lots of new stuff here. Then we have the Crone's Tail that we went through here, and then the hunt. Select an encounter level and set up the hunt board. When the survivors land on the overwhelming dark space, they instead resolve the forest wants what it wants. Indeed. All right, yeah. So this is how it has been set up. We are here, and the higher level he is, the more we get pushed back, and the more he gets pushed back. So fair enough. Nothing else is different, I suppose. So we will move forward here and trigger this one over here. Oh, and we gotta keep track of who is the hunt revealer, just in case. So let's just go with Wendy first here. Reveal this one and move over on it. And this is the Object of Desire, Lonely Tree Hunt event. The survivors see a tree in the distance, reaching up from the horizon like a desperate, gnarled hand. Players may nominate a survivor with +3 courage to investigate. If they do, add the Lonely Tree terrain card to the showdown setup and roll on the table below. We have. Do we have a plus? I believe we do. We have at least one. Courage here. We have you and you. Two of them. All right. Can we read what it does? Maybe. The nominated survival will roll 1d10, and then 1, 2, 3. That you are removed from the rest of the hunt phase. Start the knockdown. Showdown knockdown adjacent to the lonely tree and with priority target token. Or on a 4+, there's something unsettling about that tree. Suffer 2 brain damage and start the showdown adjacent to the lonely tree. Oh, so we get to start adjacent to the lonely tree regardless, but you suffer 2 brain damage here. So we would want someone with some insanity, 4 and 5. So we would probably pick Troy. Okay. And if you do add the lonely tree terrain card, should I look? I guess not. Let's not look at it. And just say, yeah, Troy is nominated. Troy will roll. Oh, and so then he is removed from the rest of the showdown, or the hunt phase. All right, I can remember that. They start the showdown knocked down and adjacent to the launch. I'm gonna grab that card and put it over here with a 3 on it. That's fine, like this, to indicate. Maybe there. I'll try to remember. Okay. Then moving on, a random event. Fair enough. Left is 10s. 87. Weeping faces. Water flows from the eyes of the surrounding stone faces, gathering in a small pool. Any survivor may consume from the pool and roll 1d10. If they have 3+ understanding, add +2 to the roll. Insane survivors are inconsolable. They lay on the ground, sobbing heavily. If any survivor is insane, roll again on the hunt event table before moving on the hunt board. Well, we definitely have some insane survivors here. And if we consume, suffer 1 brain damage, or it's refreshing, we may heal, or we can gain a speed token. Not permanent, but that's nice. Yeah. If any survivor may consume, if they have 3+ understanding, they add +2. Do we have any with 3+ understanding? I don't believe so. No. We're not good at understanding in this settlement. These are the colored dice. Everyone's drinking. I don't see why we wouldn't. Oh, and didn't we suffer some brain damage from this one here? No, that's if we rolled 4 or above. All right. We just start knockdown. Okay. So everyone is drinking. That's a 1. 9 will get you the speed token. So the green one here. Nice. And a 2. And let's see. The 1 was suffer a brain damage. This is honestly good for some of them. Because, of course the red one didn't get it. So the white lost an insanity, and the blue suffers an insanity loss. Oh no. Oh, shit. Let me just check that I didn't forget some insanity somehow. I don't think so. Wow, Atreyo has nothing. There was something about gaining insanity somewhere that I recently thought about, but I forgot how you get it. Oh, that's the stone noses here. You can get that with an endeavor, and that gives you insanity. I should really have crafted some of those earlier. No, but he doesn't have any, and so Atreyo will take his heavy wound in the brain. Oh no. And these two, so he shouldn't have drunk. I thought we had plenty of insanity to go around, but of course he's new. And then green and red both get a speed token, which obviously is great. So for them it was definitely worth it. All right, that was rough. And we have to roll again because we have at least 1 insane survivor. It doesn't say that they are not allowed to roll. That could be inferred because they're laying on the ground sobbing heavily. I'm assuming that they still get to drink. Anyway, we have to roll again on the hunt table, so let's go ahead. 57. 57. Gorm's laughter. The rhythmic wail of Gorm's laughter reaches the survivors, filling them with fear. The cackling follows the survivors, tormenting them until they reach their quarry. Place a token on every hunt board space between the survivors and their quarry. When the survivors move into a space with a token, remove it, and all non-deaf survivor suffers 1 brain event damage. Poor Atreyu. How in the world are we going to survive that? Place a token on every hunt board. Okay, not any specific token, but I know which kind of token I would want. There, and let me read that again. On every hunt board space. I'm assuming that doesn't mean the forest gate. So there, two brain damage. And then we will move in. Meaning we take the Lunity token away. Everyone suffers a brain event damage. Boom, boom, disorder, boom. So, Atreyu, fun. Welcome to the hunt. He has to roll on the brain trauma table. Don't die. A 3 is memory loss. Lose 2 weapon levels of proficiency. And I don't believe he has any. So that was luckily not that bad. And then random event again. Okay. Yeah. Oh, 1-1. That's probably bad. Wait, how can you ever roll 1? Oh, if you roll a 10, a lantern 10, that's considered 0. So yeah, 11. You would think that that's a bad one, since we rolled snake eyes. Monster droppings. The survivors find some monster droppings, like those of their quarry. The flower knight is pooping everywhere. The event revealer chooses to investigate or to either investigate or consume the droppings. Jesus, choose one only. If the we have to we are at the event revealer here. That would be. Did I click it twice? We started with Wendy, then we that was here, then we move 1, and then we move 1. So it is, of course, Atreyu who is the event revealer. If he investigates, gain 1 understanding, roll 1d10, and we have to see the next page. Now let's see what is the difference here. If we consume, you can gain survival. We can get to ambush the quarry. That would be nice. Gain 1 courage. If the event revealer consumes, gain 1 courage. We can choose to consume, and then there's a bad stuff here. You get the Quixotic. I can't pronounce that. Gain 10 insanity and the immortal disorder. It's repulsive. Your title becomes Scatman. God damn it. Everyone in the settlement must call you by that name from now on. God damn it. And then you can gain speed and strength token. So it's courage. Ambushing the quarry might be a good thing, so we skip the thing in the middle, but I'm also kind of curious. I think this may be a good thing. So I think we will investigate. Yeah, gaining 1 understanding for Atreyu. Boop. Then roll 1d10. That was not the roll. Obviously, here we go. Up. And... Oh, we got it, I think. 7+, you know these droppings well. You may skip the next hunt space. If this move begins the showdown, these survivors ambush the quarry. Oh, we skip the next hunt space. That's the forest gate. Let me just double check that little ruling. If that counts as a space or not. In here for forest gate. The hunt board setup, the forest gate, special hunt site over the... It is a space. Cannot be skipped or ignored. Okay. The space retains all of its normal rules and cannot be skipped or ignored. Okay. So then I would presume that we don't get to skip this one either. We just don't get to skip. Okay, my bad. So the forest gate. The forest wants what it wants. This would be the forest gate then. Again, I love the art in this game. It's amazing. And they must have paid so much money for all this amazing art. Alright. The silence and darkness is broken by a glowing hum that whispers into their bones. Huntboard setup. What? When the survivors land on the overwhelming darkness space, they instead resolve the forest wants what it wants. Survivors may not pass over this space and must stop to resolve this event. The survivors test the gate. After rolling to test the gate, each survivor may do any or all of the following actions once to increase the roll result. And we gotta remember that, what's his name? Troy is not here right now, so we only have 3 survivors. You can gain -1 attribute token of your choice after rolling. Okay. 1 through 7, 8 through 12, or 13 plus. Gracious aroma. So each survivor may do one of them. I don't think we can choose to not roll. So the first roller would be Wendy Corduroy here. Let's have her roll and see what happens. Oh, low roll. Okay. So that's 1 through 7. The survivors find themselves someplace new and bleak, inexplicably standing with the gate at their backs. End the hunt and apply the rules of starvation based on the hunt board. What? After rolling to test the gate, each of the survivors may do any or all of the following actions once to increase the roll result. Oh, so we only roll once in total. Unwelcome. So we have to roll 8 or above to even get to the showdown? And we don't get there. Damn. Hold your horses. I'm gonna go and check if what. I guess we can't. I mean, I can't do anything about it. We can get +3 up to 5. So we would still be unwelcome. End the hunt. I do need to go and read what happens when we end the hunt. I have not, and the rules of the starvation space. We'll find that out. But do we just go back to town and lose the year, basically? Lose the showdown? More update for. And I'm back. So, of course, I need to read this more carefully because I realized it says after rolling to test the gate, each survivor may do any or all of the following actions once. So we can get +5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 from each survivor currently participating. So we have 3 survivors, meaning we can get +12 if we want. So we can either gain the bleeding totem or we can try to go for gaining insanity and understanding. I think we just want to reach 8. We rolled a 2, so we need +6. -1 attribute, gaining bleed, random disorders, or archiving gears from grid. Okay. Minus attributes isn't the worst. Bleeding is what it is. We probably will get bleeding tokens during the fight as well. Who had the bandage? And we also all get a bleeding token for passing through the gate at 8. So we would get 2 bleeding on whoever gets a bleeding here. But I'm thinking then, if we do that with Mr. Poopy Butthole, we could probably just use a bandage turn 1. So there's +1. And we will do that again, I think. Let's see, what was the other option? -1 attribute token. We could go for -1 strength on someone like who has a lot already. If we look at the battle UI, We are plus 6 here. Plus 7 there with the Butcher's Cleaver. But Troy isn't here. Okay. Yeah, we'll take another bleeding token. That's plus 2 up to 4. Put that on you instead. Yeah. Then minus attribute tokens or archiving gear from grid. This is really tough, guys. Or gain 1 random disorder. Maybe we gain a random disorder somewhere. That's more interesting if you already have 3 disorders, because then you can only have a maximum of 3, and then you get to discard one of your choice, so then it wouldn't be as bad. Right now it kind of sucks. What was it? Narcissism that makes you not able to wear a helmet? That would be terrible. So I think let's just. Now I don't want to destroy Mr. Poopy Butthole, but let's destroy Atreyo by taking a disorder, a random disorder. So disorders here, reset, draw the top one. And what do we get? Oh, we get the curiosity thing 1. If you are insane when you depart, gain +1 survival and strength. Oh, that was a positive thing. Perfect. All right. You carry the weight of your settlement on your shoulders. Soldiers. Everyone is counting on you to save them, and you will rise to the challenge. That's a disorder? Huh. Don't mind if I do. All right, so that was +3. We need... That's up to 5. Okay, let's take another disorder for Wendy. Since we got one good one here, we reset the deck, so there's a chance of getting the same one. Oh, no, she wouldn't want to get the narcissism one. Hold on. Yeah, that would be terrible. Because then she would lose the set bonus immediately and throw away the Screaming Horns. So I think we do it with Mr. Poopy then. Reset it. Draw the top one. Come on. Trying. Here. Man, the mouse is not obeying me. Okay. Vestiphobia. You cannot wear armor at the body location. If you are wearing armor at the body location when you gain this disorder, archive it as you tear it off your person. Yeah. So that is fine. He didn't have any. Now he can never carry a set bonus. But for an archer, that may not be as bad. Okay. So that's +4 total. We are at 6. We need to get 2 more. -1 attribute. I do think that Mr. Poopy Butthole will grab a -1 strength. And then we need one more thing. We could go for -1 speed on the guy with the bone dagger. Oh, he's got a scrap sword over here. Where's our other bone dagger? Oh, we gave that to you. I see. Not keeping the bone daggers together. Not sure if that's wise. Yeah. We gained +1 speed on some of them. So he's rolling 4 here. And hits on 6s as a base. Okay. We don't want to take minus accuracy, I think. Not minus luck, surely. But maybe another minus strength somewhere. Which we can't do on Poopy. We could take another bleeding. Yeah, this is risky. 1, 2, 3 bleeding, 2 disorders, and a -1 strength. That is 6. So we are now at 8. That was rough, and then everyone gets a bleeding token on top of that. So if you get to 5 bleeding tokens, you die. So I'm sure the Flower Knight will dish out some more bleeding tokens, and so we might lose a character to that. But we have gotten past this freaking gate. Fun. Alright. Then we take a step and destroy this lunacy token, and then Atreyo has to roll for the brain trauma again. Don't die. 5. Danger Seizure. You thrash about wildly, dealing 1 damage to yourself and every adjacent survivor. gaining a random disorder and 1d5 insanity. Okay, so he gains some insanity at least, but a disorder as well. This is divided by 2, so 4 insanity gained. And a random disorder. Reset. I don't know what happens if you draw the same one again. Indecision. If you are the event revealer of a hunt, events that call on you to make a roll twice and use the lower result. That's not a good one. But let's have a look at the reverberating lantern thing. I don't think we need it. Sonorous rest. We may use this at the start of any hunt turn, yeah, which is now. Which we can gain. Oh, we should have used that to gain insanity before he got that disorder. God damn it. And survival. We don't really need more insanity, and we have max survival on everyone. So obviously I should have used that earlier. My bad. It just gave him this, and it's not the end of the world. Alright. And then we are at the Flower Knight. No, we are not. We are still revealing this one here. So, sudden life. The branches overhead are suddenly alive with writhing insects. All at once, thousands of insects begin to sing, filling the air with a vibrating wall of noise. The din brings the survivors to their knees. All non-death survivors suffer 1 event damage to their head hit location that ignores armor points. If any survivor has 3+ understanding, they may pluck their ears with spongy moss and help the others the same. Otherwise, the overwhelmed survivors suffer 1 brain event damage and begin the showdown knocked down. So everyone begins the showdown knocked down. And a damage to their head hit location that ignores armor points. So, yeah. Fun. And again, a Troy is not present, and they will all begin. They all take an insanity damage. And then I think we will do the sonorous rest. Obviously. And then Wendy will just do the survival because she doesn't need more insanity, but the other 2 can gain insanity, and then they can gain an additional insanity for each blue affix they have. So 3 plus 1 here, so 4 up to 6. And you over here, 3 up to 6 plus 1, 2. Okay. Again, Troy is not present. And then we start the showdown with the Flower Knight. Remembering that... Oh, where did the thing go? God damn it. The little event card that Troy was suffering. Oh, here. You're removed from the rest of the hunt phase. Start the showdown knocked down adjacent to the lonely tree and with the priority target token. And we have to get that lonely tree. So we are setting up the showdown. We will clean up the hunt. We will start the showdown versus Flower Knight. Wait, what? Oh, okay, I'm blind. Begin showdown. Oh, and they add this fairy ring themselves. That's good. Huh. And the lonely lion statue. Ooh. And the lonely tree. We also need acanthus plants. 1. Always. Okay. Let's have a look at him. The Flower Knight with an owl kind of head. He looks glorious. I hope he is a nice fella. In the heart of the forest dwells a delicate gardener who appreciates solitude over all things. Sadly, the dangerous flora and fauna it cultivates are desired by many. To preserve the hidden world it has created for itself, it trades its tools for a deadly blade without hesitation. Okay. germinate. It says instinct. Scattered pollen flows back to the fairy ring. Place the flower nut in the center of the showdown board. Remove 1 luck token from all survivors. Oh, that sucks. Okay. Bloom, set root. Oh, no. We have a bloom and set roots are his abilities here. Yeah, the fairy ring. We have to start outside the fairy ring. See fairy ring rules on page 3. We will. 1 flower patch terrain set up normally. That should be down here then already. Yeah. Pick a flower, archive the terrain tile, and roll 1d10. Add 1 to your roll if you have any sickles in your grid. You can get knocked down and gain a bleeding token, or gain +1 luck token, a random flower resource. Nice. Within 2 spaces of a board edge. Okay. We got the lion statue, a huge one, and this is the lion god, I think. Fun. We can use an action to read hieroglyphics. Use once per showdown. Roll 1d10 and add your understanding to the result. On an 11+, you may reroll your next result on a story event during this showdown. On a story event during this showdown. Huh. Oh, there might be story events during a showdown, that's fair. The Lonely Tree then. Set up the showdown with the Nightmare Fruit miniatures placed adjacent to the Lonely Tree. With level of monster Nightmare Fruit miniatures placed adjacent to the Lonely Tree. These fruit are impassable terrain that occupy 1 space. The monster starts showdown with Lonely Fruit and Monster Fruit in play. If the survivors are victorious, any Nightmare Fruit miniatures remaining on the board, they gain the Nightmare Fruit Strange resource. Oh, okay, so I feel like this was maybe a bad idea. Yeah. Place the monster in the center of the board. Place survivors in any highlighted space. We needed to understand the fairy ring. The fairy ring is a special feature of the Flower Knight Showdown. It is not terrain. The fairy ring is always placed in the... The Flower Knight has absolute control over its domain and does not allow any terrain to exist inside the fairy ring. If a terrain card or other effect directs you to place the terrain inside the fairy ring during the showdown or showdown setup, do not place it. If a rule or effect directs you to move a terrain into the fairy ring during the showdown, it inexplicably stops at its border. Okay. That's not too crazy. Acanthus plant. And the tree, the Lonely Tree, set up at least 4 spaces away from all board edges. Okay, and we will start with one of our dudes next to it. We need the Acanthus. And we need the Lonely Tree. Oh, that's like a whole figurine kind of thing. And it has Nightmare Fruit miniatures. Fruit miniatures. Okay, I might have to go and look for those. So we'll pause real quick while. All right, and so I'm just turning off the pausing here because I've realized that the Lonely Tree is its own. First of all, its own enemy, but its own expansion as well up here. And it has its own entire monster setup. And in here we will find, I think, the Lonely Tree actions, such as the Monster Fruit here. And so I think, what does it say here again? The monster starts the showdown with Lonely Fruit and Monster Fruit in play. I'm assuming that this is not like triggering a Lonely Tree encounter, but just adding to the other monster in play. So like this. At the start of the monster's turn before performing any other actions, if it is within 5 spaces of a Nightmare Fruit miniature, it full moves towards it. Then if adjacent to the fruit, it removes it from the board and heals 1. And if it's already fully healed, it gains +1 damage token instead. That's a pretty big deal. So the flower, this works really well with the Flower Knight, honestly. That's kind of funny. Yeah, and it's also a lion on it here, so it does mean that it can go to other people, or other monsters. That's kind of cool. So we want to think about where we set up the Lonely Tree. And he also gains lonely fruit. Just the lonely tree. Then here, special A card. Lonely fruit. Nothing there. Nightmare fruit. I think we have to. This is a different thing. This one says specifically lonely fruit. No, set up the showdown with level nightmare fruit miniatures. Okay, so they get added. Okay, and then basic action here. That's just one card. Okay, and here, search for lonely feelings. Here, search. No. Right here, nightmare spurs. Damn it. Okay, hold on again. Lonely fruit. Okay, I'm pausing again until. All right, and so there's a forum post that explains it. It's a misprint. Assuming that they changed it mid design, that from lonely fruit to nightmare fruit. So it's this thing here, and this is nightmare fruit. The nightmare fruit miniatures are impassable terrain that occupy one space. They have the following rules: we can defuse the fruit by rolling 1d10. We can suffer 6 damage if we roll a 1. Return all fruit to the tree. But on 2 to 5, it explodes. Still, all fruit on the board explode. And then the next one here is there's just this one fruit explodes. Okay. And return the fruit to the tree. You may move the fruit to any unoccupied space adjacent to it. Or 10, delicious fruit, gain 1 survival and return the fruit to the tree. Return the fruit to the tree. I don't even know what that means. Must be placed adjacent to the tree, and the tree itself must be placed 4 spaces from all board edges. 1, 2, 3, 4. So like here. Am I putting it on something? Yeah. All right, but let's be practical about it and put it up in this corner, far away from everything. We don't like this tree, put plainly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. So like this. And we want the fruit to be as inaccessible as possible, since it can be eaten by the enemy. So there, hopefully he won't go for it, but if he does, we might lure him out of this fairy ring, which I have deduced is a bad thing for us. We are moving on. Let's see. Set routes. If we are, for every one of our survivors that are currently inside the fairy ring, the flower knight, gains +1 damage token. So we do not want to be inside the ring, and then the rest is explaining the ring. Then here, Bloom is an ability that he can trigger every once in a while. He target random survivor outside the fairy ring. They suddenly vanish, gaining 1 luck token, but they're doomed until the end of the monster turn. And then they emerge from a flower next to him, and he turns to face them. So you do gain a luck token this way, and that's kind of interesting. Then he can eat the fruits, and the fruits we can try to defuse them, but we're not going to try to defuse this thing. Are you kidding me? Taking 6 damage? No thank you. So let's just hope that he doesn't go to eat that. We can set up a acanthus. We can put that right there, and then 6 spaces away from an acanthus plant. Here. I think we'll go to the other side of the board and try to fight away from that lonely tree. Oh, no. Right. We will have one guy spawning next to the tree, knocked down. We can put him right there. Yeah, and everyone starts knocked down in this scenario, so that's fun. Like so. Put the acanthus here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the rules for the this one is set up adjacent to the monster, and since that's not possible, it gets destroyed. Fair enough. And the flower patches. Oopsie daisy. Okay. Let me lock that in place. Flower patches set up within 2 spaces of a board edge. Okay, and we do want this one. Sure. So let's put it right here. 2 spaces. 1, 2. Okay. That's most of the setup, I believe. The lonely fruit We've put one on the board, yep. I don't think it spawns more during the fight. If the survivors are victorious and any nightmare food remains on the showdown board, they gain one nightmare food strange resource, which I have read can be used to spawn a special event, and I have not read what that one does, but presumably that's a good thing for us. So we don't want him to eat the thing. We will try to keep him away from it. Are we done with the showdown setup then? Yes, and he will start, obviously. He's got 11 HP. I have a feeling like this could be real bad, I won't lie. This guy is a little bit stronger than I would have liked. Hopefully we'll be just fine. Anything else here? He gains the priority target token. That is true, right. So we may want him to be placed a little bit further away since he's going to be rushed by the dude. What's your movement? Oh, he's got some movement, baby. All right, come back here. So this way he would waste his first movement turn trying to get to Troy. And then he will be outside of the fairy ring, and we can use that to our advantage. But of course, everyone is knocked down until the end of the master turn, so they all stand up before it's our turn. Yeah, it should be fine. Okay, anything else? This one's resolved. Man, this is going to be rough. But this setup then might actually work out for us. Now we're doing arrival bonuses, right? So on arrival, 3 insanity here. Okay, this is getting out of hand for Wendy. I don't actually know what to do with all this brain and insanity. I mean, so it may be that she will just never fight the screaming antelope. On arrival, add a Acanthus plant. Yep. 1 luck. Oh, I already did the equipment because that wasn't on arrival, right? Over here on arrival, nothing on arrival. Then over here on arrival, I don't think there's anything. No. And over here, I believe we have at least one thing here. Everyone gains 1 insanity. Insanity seems to be easy to come by, but you can apparently, obviously also be penalized for it. All right. And here, Red Fist at the start of each showdown, all survivors gain +1 strength. Token. There. And I don't know if these two are supposed to cancel each other out, but they do anyway. And, yeah. We are bleeding. This could be bad, but 2 isn't gonna kill us, so maybe we'll be fine. All right, I think we're ready to start the showdown at that point. Let's see if I'm right. Shuffle that, shuffle that. I think I already did, but do we understand all of his stuff? I think so. So let's draw a Flower Knight AI and get this baby rolling here. He starts with Glissade. He's going to pick a target, but he is going to pick Troy because he is the priority target token. And then let's see here. It picks you. When you're picked as a target, discard this token unless it specifies otherwise. So, yep. There, he's still knocked down, obviously. Monster stomps its foot and shrieks frightfully. Target suffers 1 brain damage. No biggie. Then move an attack. He will move as close as he can get. We can have him stand here. And he will knock down Wendy, but that doesn't matter. She's already knocked down. Good. And that's his first turn. After damage, full move the monster towards the center of the showdown board. All right. I'm just trying to see what he does here. He does 0 damage as a base. Of course, he can do extra damage because of his fairy ring ability, but that's kind of interesting. 0 damage as a base. Nice. So if we're fighting him outside the fairy ring, we are in advantage. And since we managed to get him outside in the first turn, this lonely tree may really work out to our advantage. Okay. And I could have set up in a different way where I could charge with Wendy. Yeah, I think I could have. So this is a bad setup by me. We could have set her up so that you could have done a charge. I still am not good at doing this, the slam, sorry. Yeah, we gotta try to align for that in the future. But now, we can take our actions in any order. We'll take out my little token system here. And how are we doing this? I don't know, man. Let's get out the battle UI and say we hit on not the best anyway. The Butcher's Cleaver here, pretty good card. Maybe we start with that. I kind of want to start with Wendy to get her out of the way. She can hit from here. If you want to slam, you have to move 4 plus spaces and stop adjacent to the monster, yeah. Oh, we couldn't have pulled that off. No, I'm wrong. Never mind. Yeah, if I had decided to put him there, maybe we could have started her around there and then slammed from there, yeah. Never mind. What is done is done. I will put her here, and with her spear, she can hit from there. Good. Wendy with this King Spear. Let's start this off with a bang, Wendy. Hitting on 8. Ooh, but we got a perfect hit. Okay, I'm just checking if there's anything that I'm missing in that regard. I don't think so. Scream is an action. Yeah, nothing special there. All right, good. So we get a hit. And Furious Riposte. Parry. Wound attempts on this location fail unless the wound result is critical. And then we would be basic attacked. Basic actioned if we fail. If the attacker does not have a defending secret fighting art, gain breakthrough. Okay. So on a 9, Wendy, at least she has luck token. Oh, that's why luck is so important against this character or this enemy. So close, but yet so far. So he does his basic action. Basic action here. If there are no threats in the fairy ring, perform Bloom. Oh, okay. Oh, but that does not discourage him from doing everything else. I see. Bloom first. Target a random survivor outside the fairy ring. Okay, so that's between all of them. As usual, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Now it's spinning. 7, 8 is Troy. He vanishes. Put him on that card, maybe. Oh, and that's in his turn. So now we're missing Troy's turn. God damn it. They suddenly vanish. Gain the luck token. No, misclick. 11. There. Luck token. This one. Okay. He's doomed until the end of the monster turn. Then the target emerges from a flower. Place them standing to the closest space inside the fairy ring. Turn to the monster to face the target. Okay. And then he's still doing his basic action. Then pick target. Closest threat facing, there are none. Closest survivor in range. That is 2 different ones, so we can choose. Yeah, we can choose. It's either Atreyu or Wendy. And then he will what? Move and attack target, dealing 0 damage. So we literally do not care. Huh, yeah. And we can move him where we want. So I think we move him here. As long as it's the shortest distance traveled, and he will attack 3 times, speed 3, but there are no enemies inside or no threats inside the fairy ring, so he has 0 damage. I'm not even gonna roll. He can roll no damage. Aha. So yeah, luring him out of the fairy ring. Big play, big play. But we dealt no damage, of course, so that's kind of nasty. All right. Then I think we will move Atreyu. Atreyu has Deadly on his sword, and I gotta quickly pause and read what that does. All right, and I'm back. So it means that you can +1 luck while attacking with that specific weapon, effectively making it easier to crit with the weapon. I want to see here, Atreyu, scrap sword. I don't think that's calculated in. No. So he's critting on 8 with the scrap sword, which is great for this fight, obviously. He also gains, on a perfect hit, the edge sharpens, gaining extra strength for the rest of the attack. We gotta remember that it's also fragile? No, it's not fragile, this weapon. Ooh. Right, it's not the bone sword. Anyway, Atreyu with scrap sword, only 2 dice. Hitting on 5s. Trying to figure out if I'm forgetting something here. Oh, I'm forgetting to use survival actions, like surge and stuff. We will do more of that going forward, but 8 and 9, wow, we are rolling well. We hit on 5, so it's not that crazy. 2 hit locations, don't mind if I do. Here's a wound penalty. Attacker gains courage and is knocked down unless they spend a survival. That's fine. That's really good for us. We want that courage, sure. And here, hypnotic deflection. Okay, not that bad. But let's start with the Fey breaches. A 2. So that is not a wound. That is incorrect. He wounds on 2s. Okay. Yeah, so that's a wound. Nice. He wounds on 2s. He's got all that extra strength, I guess. 1 extra strength. Okay. I am wondering if we should spend every turn, by the way, getting rid of bleed stuff. But for now, let's just continue doing what we're doing. So that wound location goes back, or hit location. Then we hypnotic deflection. We have to crit in order to land this blow. That is not a crit. So he will parry. Wound. So failure. Turn the Flower Knight to face the attacker. They gain 2 insanity. Okay. Then I think he shall surge. Boop. That means he spends a survival. Then he rolls to regain the survival because of the rawhide armor. He did not regain the survival. No. Then he will stab with the sword. Hitting on 5s. 2 8s. Okay. So he will draw 2 cards. Wound. If the attacker is adjacent to the Flower Knight, they suffer bash, which is knockdown. Without turning, move the Flower Knight toward the center of the showdown board. Oh. Damn. And it's the same here. Oh. Armored back. Okay, so then he will get inside the fairy ring. We didn't want that. Okay. Let's start here. I mean, we wound on 2s. So, yeah. The attacker is adjacent to the Flower Knight. They suffer bash, so he doesn't get to continue. We do a damage. We will get knocked down, and then he will move what? 3? 3 spaces toward the center of the showdown board. 1, 2, but that doesn't matter. 3. He ends up here. Okay. That was toward the center, so going sideways. Alright. Then Atreyu can do no more. Then, we see we've moved blue, we've moved red. Troy is missing in action currently. Then we will shoot with Mr. Poopy Butthole. Activating him now. Shoot. With Catgut Bow rolling 4 dice, because he's got all that extra speed from various sources. Got 2 permanent speed on him because of good rolls. So yeah, and we may re-roll misses on the bow if we want to. There might be a trap in the deck, right? So we might not want to. We are hitting on 6s, so there's 1, 2, 3. I think I'll leave it at 3. I think taking the final hit location might be greedy if there's a trap in here. Let's go with the 3. Is that a trap? That's a trap. God damn it. Place the Flower Knight in the center of the showdown board. Alright, of course. Place the attacker in front of the monster. They gain +1 luck token. Not good. But a luck token is always nice. Each of the other survivors is grasped by the roots and pulled in. Unless they spend 1 survival, place them 5 spaces closer to the Flower Knight. All survivors are doomed. perform basic action, target the attacker. Oh no. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we are officially inside the fairy ring, very much. Survivors are doomed. Perform basic action. We can come over here with her instead. Okay. So then it's still Poopy Butthole's turn, or he can at least do some stuff here. I wanted him to surge. He cannot shoot. He cannot shoot with that, but he can use an action, I believe. Let me just check here. Survivor Act. Surge is gain lightning immediately and use it. And yeah, and bandages are the lightning effect. So then he can remove 2 bleeding from himself by spending a survival. Then we may still surge and do stuff with other characters who can surge. And I think we will surge with Wendy. Spending a survival, beating the guy up. Right? Yeah. What is this here? Before making an attack, you may add your understanding to your accuracy. I think we might want to do that now. Let's try to get a crit hit in is what I'm thinking. So she now hits on 7s for this attack with 3 dice. Okay, failed. And Troy may do nothing, so we have to hit next turn here. Then let's see the bloom here. Until the end of the master turn. Yeah, that must be until the end of the master turn, and then the target emerges from a flower like that, right? Oh, and I think we skipped the basic action that it was going to do. My bad. Perform basic action, target the attacker. Basic action is, if there are no threats in the fairy ring, perform bloom. No. Pick target, closest threat. Well, there's only one target for this. That's Poopy Butthole, because he wanted to do that. Closest survivor in range, but I don't know. Move and attack target. Accuracy +2+. Oh, geez. With 3 speed, dealing 3 damage per hit. Yeah. And he has no armor, so I think he might die here. He can dodge 1. But that is about it. Oh, he surged. Oh no, that was his last turn. Yeah, we're still on the last turn theoretically, so he can dodge during that turn, and then still have his dodge available. Man, this is so brutal. We could dash outside, and that would lower the damage. Oh yeah, we're gonna dash outside, and that again, that's last turn. Oh, he has movement. Well, he has movement enough to get here, but the knight has plenty of movement, so he will just follow. Still good. Even Wendy could dash out in order to deny more damage. But I think this is good enough. So that's another survival spent by him. Flower Knight will follow. Yeah, he must have another move. No. He was here. Oh, it says he can move there. Okay. Rolling to hit, but now only 2 damage per hit. This is, he rolled a 1. Okay, so 2 hits. And when is it that you can dodge, avoid the damage from a hit? So I think you get to roll the hit location first. I might be wrong about that, but that makes the most sense to me in this moment. Body and legs. Both would knock him down. I say we dodge the hit to the body. So only the legs get damaged. Yep. Then the turn passes over and it's now the Flower Knight. He is going to appel. If there are no survivors in the fairy ring, perform bloom. Okay, but there are. Pick a target. Closest threat facing in fairy ring. Oh, no, nothing. So then closest survivor in fairy ring. So that's a trail. Move and attack target. Alright, here we could interrupt and break his attack. He does 2 damage per hit. Target suffers knockback 7 and gains lock tokens. See, we can make him stand up and then move out with a dash. And he would follow as best he could. I'm just thinking we can't line it up then so that Wendy would get a slam opportunity. But we could make him move here if Atreyu moved there. And he likes spending survival. I think we will do this. So we will spend a survival from Wendy now to say, Atreyu, get back up. That is the encourage. Then Atreyu, who has plenty of survival to go around, will say dash. Roll a die to recover that survival. He got it, nice. So he gets to stay at 3 and then dash out. Let's see. Yeah, go here. The Flower Knight will follow as best he can, but fail to reach him. Good stuff. Using our mobility a bit here. Then at the end of the monster's turn, Troy will appear here. Merges from a flower, place them standing in the closest free space inside the fairy ring, and then turn to face. There. Alright. Mr. Poopy Butthole, can you hit him from here? Range 6? No, you cannot hit from where you are standing. Okay, let's do someone else first then, like Troy maybe? Or we could go with someone who can get to the backside, which is Atreyu. Atreyu can reach the back, so he will go first. Getting +1 to accuracy for this attack. We will go with the sword. 2 dice, hitting on 4s. 2 hits. Oh no, I forgot a thing. When we get a trap, obviously we have to shuffle the whole deck. So there we go. No trap drawns. We have an impervious location. So that doesn't mean anything except we can crit wound here. I don't think we can ever do damage though. And then wound. The Flower Knight shrieks, its eyes strobe unnameable colors. All survivors in the monsters facing suffer brain damage. That's fine. We are not worried about that. Here we can gain a luck token though, so that would be nice. And bruised ego. Okay, so let's start with that one. That is his writhing flora. Huh. Eight is a crit because of the deadly trait. Yes, so this is a crit. He gains a luck token. The priority target token. There. And this is a persistent injury, which is why I was trying to get some persistent injuries, which is good. I still don't think it counts as a wound because it's an impervious location. Yeah, you can never deal damage to an impervious location or a wound on a impervious location, even with a crit. But you can do the critical wound effect, of course. So we get to place the AI card up here, also taking the impervious location out of the deck, which is great. So double benefit there. We gain the luck token, and the bruised ego may affect some event cards, AI cards. That's great. And then we are attempting to wound on this other location here. Wounding on, is it 2s? Yeah, so we wound him. Good. No, don't reveal it. And all survivors in the monsters facing suffer brain damage, and that's everyone but blue. Boop. Boop. Oh, that was the wrong button. And there. Good. Then Oh, we have not dashed yet in this turn. No, that's incorrect. Right, because the monster starts the round. So it's still the same round where we did that. And that means encourage here is spent. Then we will surge with Atreyu. Roll to regain the survival. We regain the survival, so nothing is spent. And then he will attack with the sword to the back. Again, hitting on 4s. Oh, okay, 1 hit. Hypnotic deflection again. Okay, so we have to get the crit on an 8 here. No, on a 7 now, because of the extra luck token. But we roll a 6, so turn the Flower Knight to face the attacker, they gain 2 insanity. We've seen this one before. Alright. He parried that like a boss. Now we gotta think, because I also want to get the Acanthus and the Flower Patch during this fight. But I think that's a little premature right now. Except Mr. Poopy Butthole doesn't have anything else to do with his turn. Either way, let's go with White, who is currently able to strike at the back. So he hits on with the... Why is that so hard? Here, 2 dice hitting on 2s, because we're striking at the back with the big axe. Yeah, 2 hits. No trap drawn. We got a Furious Riposte. Perform basic action, and here Flower Knight sidesteps without turning. Move the monster 3 spaces towards the center of the showdown board. That would not attack us though. Okay, so I think we want to do the retreating feint first. We are critting on 8. Five. Failure, so he sidesteps without turning. Move the monster 3 spaces towards the center of the board, showdown board. We can go like that. This is also closer, and this is also closer. So that way he didn't knock down Troy. Oh, you know, we could do better, I think. Without turning, but closer, closer, and technically also closer because we have the orthogonal moves. That way, now Wendy, with her action, can slam him. That was Troy's attack or action. He can still move, and he's inside the flower circle or fairy circle, so we want to get him out. I think I will place him here. Yeah. Then Wendy will go and use her slam action. So let's just see here. Spend full move forward in a straight line. We end up here. If you move 4 spaces plus stop adjacent to a monster, it suffers knockback 1. And -1 toughness until the end of the round. Very good. Meaning we wound on +1s. And then after you slam, spend your action to move 1 space. We don't need... we might as well... No, we don't want to move. Activate a melee weapon with 2 strength. Plus 2 strength. If you wound with a spear, apply that wound roll to the next selected hit location. Very good. So we are rolling 3. Hitting on 6s still. Yeah. And it would be prudent to save the champion's right for a move like this. But still, we did what we did. 6, that's 2 hits. We have +2 strength for this roll, and he has -1 toughness, so we are wounding on 2s still. Okay, yeah. Wound, here we gain courage, and we are knocked down unless we spend survival, okay. And here reflex. Oh, he does the owl thing where he slowly cranes his neck towards the attacker. Nice. If the attacker has any stinky gear in their grid, they gain the priority target token. That's funny. Okay. Do we want to do a specific one first? They both give me one luck token if we hit. I think we will do the Fey Helm Wings. A solid 1. God damn it. Yeah, so then that's a miss. We gain the... Do we have any stinky gear? What would that be? I don't think so. Not here. No. Nothing stinky? Alright, try to not roll a 1 here. 3. God damn it. I mean, okay, we wanted a crit obviously, but that would be on a 9. So we gain a courage. The Flower Knight's eyes beam strangely. They gain 1 courage and would be knocked down. I think we will take the knockdown. Or no, we can surge and attack again if I don't. But that's 2 survival then, and we want to keep some survival. So we're taking the knockdown. And we got the wound. Okay. Green has not moved. He will move up here and grab some acanthus. Acanthus up here. It's a D10, of course. 5. You find something tasty and consume it. If you do, gain +1 survival. Archive this terrain. Okay. Well, he could use that survival. That's great. That's his 2 move and action, so he can surge, but he doesn't wanna. No, but someone else can surge. That's right. So Troy will surge. He is next to the monster. It's almost as if I planned that. Butcher's Cleaver, 2 dice, hitting on 3s. Okay, and he hit. Is that really on 3s? Yeah, that's real nice, real nice. Okay. Anything preferred here? He is wounding on 2s. Yeah, no matter what. This wouldn't make him knocked down, so let's do the other one first. A 3. Okay. So that's a wound. And then over here, a 6. So that is a wound. Then we suffer bash, which is knockdown. Without turning, move the Flower Knight 3 spaces toward the center of the board. Okay. Let's go 1, 2, 3. Alright, all in all, a successful turn, I would say. So, next turn. No one is inside the fairy ring, which is kind of nice. Flower Knight AI. Noxious. It's a mood. When this comes into play, draw AI. At the end of the survivor's turn, all the survivors inside the fairy ring are knocked down. Bruised ego, discard. Noxious. Oh, he's got bruised ego. Lovely. Oh, then I don't think... Let me double check that. I'm fairly sure that because he's got bruised ego, you ignore all of the text on the card. So he doesn't even draw AI. Yeah, I think I'm right about that. It says, if, let me read it out loud here. If a persistent injury action is performed, ignore the other actions on the card. Everything else on the card is ignored. Yeah. Sweet. This is why I'm trying to wound early and get some crits in, because stuff like this may be very beneficial for us throughout the rest of the fight. Point in case. All right. So it's our turn. We stand back up. Now we do have a problem. We cannot avoid moving into the fairy ring, but we can shoot at him from out here with Poopy Butthole. And we are going to pick up the acanthus and the flower patch, I think. And then he's going to maybe do the bloom next turn here, but that's fine. Let's start by shooting with Poopy Butthole and see what happens. Cat got bow, 4 dice, hitting on 6s with rerolls if we want. That's a crooked die. Okay, 3 hits again. We will keep it at that. There's only 9 cards here. Likely to draw the trap again. No trap drawn. Great. All right. Anything here that we need to take note of? Not there. Hypnotic deflection. No, nothing there. And nothing there. This one will break the rest of the attack, I think. So, well, no, not necessarily. Because it doesn't specify it, and he wouldn't... Well, he would move out of range, which I think will stop it. But we will just do this one first. No. That will also move him. So here. And we got the crit. Critical wound. If the attacker does not have the fencing secret fighting art, breakthrough. Okay, so we will start by wounding him. And then break through. Lovely art. I'm glad we got it to see it. Breakthrough. For a brief instant, a weakness is found in the Flower Knight's seemingly impenetrable defenses. With a ferocious blow, the survivor is able to overcome the Flower Knight's bird-like reflexes. If the settlement has innovated drums, which we have, the rhythm of battle is maddening. All survivors gain 2 insanity. Okay, we did not need more insanity. 15, 8, and 15. All right. Seizing the moment, the attacker attempts to break through. 1d10. Add the survivor's luck. Okay, it just kept spinning on the 8. I didn't plan that, I swear. Let's see. It was Mr. Poopy. He's got 1 luck. Yeah, 1 luck from the temporary token. So that's 9. Didn't matter. Oh, 10 would have been better. Okay. Oh. Yeah, we can't get the 10. That's too bad. The Flower Knight chirps and stumbles. Its armor subtly shifting colors. Gain 1 survival and 1 luck token. Okay, so we were very close to getting the 10. 1 survival. Okay. That was his first hit location here. Now we are critting on 7s though. So let's try the next one here. We got it. All right. So we crit him again, deal a wound, and do breakthrough. Yeah. Another chance to learn the fencing secret fighting art. +2 to this roll. Oh, we got it. Mr. Poopy Butthole, as always, the hero. Search for fencing. Ignore parry when attempting to wound hit locations. When a monster attacks you, roll 1d10. On a 6+, ignore 1 hit. Limit once per round. That is amazing. Wow. Glorious. And then on a bow carrier, but whatever. I'll take it. Alright. Then that goes out. Or goes back. We cannot avoid trying to hit this location. We wound on 2s. Okay. And this is only on failure, so we're getting close to the end here. Oh, there. We wounded him. That was Mr. Poopy Butthole. Yeah, so let's start looting. We will move over here with the trio and attempt the... hold on. Maybe not. Flower patches. 1 bleeding token. Okay. Yeah, he can try that. That's fine. Blue here. Just don't roll a 1. Didn't roll a 1. We gain a luck token. And a random flower resource. Must be the Flower Knight resource, right? Yeah, this is a flower. Perishable. You may consume and archive this during the showdown to remove all your bleeding and negative attribute tokens and gain the flower addiction disorder. Okay, that's nice, but what does perishable mean again then? The flower knight. Perishable cannot be added to the settlement storage at the end of the settlement phase. It is lost. Archive it. In order for perishable resources to last more than one lantern year, they must be carried out of the settlement in a satchel. So it sticks through the settlement phase in case that matters, but at the end of it, it is lost. So it may still be used for something during the settlement phase, maybe, or we can carry it away in a satchel, which we have not figured out how to make a satchel yet. I've never heard that was a thing before. We would get the flower addiction disorder again, which I'm not super keen on, because I'm not sure I want to fight this guy again if we can avoid it. Do we have to archive the terrain? I'm assuming so. No. Oh, archive the terrain and roll. Okay. Yeah. Then you have +2 to your roll when you activate terrain. That is red. So red is going for the acanthus. Oh, and a 10. For the acanthus, gain 1 fresh acanthus, store strange rewards. Nice. Yeah, we didn't have any in store, so don't have to shuffle. Oh no. Oh jeez. Whoops. We do this. Group. Okay, I think I've fixed that fairly well. Oh no, not quite. Okay. Oh, here's the better solution. Reset. Now we're missing the monster resources. We'll deal with it later. Acanthus. That's my bad. Alright, we got the fresh acanthus, which can be used to fully heal one hit location. I don't think we want to use it for that. We want to make more of the dried acanthus, which is so great. I'm happy we can farm that every fight. It's so good. That was red. What did I do with... Did I shuffle blue into this somehow? Here's what we do. We say, this is Atreyu. Let's grab this one here. Is this a female? No, it's just an unnamed survivor. Who cares? There. My bad. And then finally, white has not moved yet. We can set up maybe for whatever we want to do next turn. Not so sure what the Flower Knight is going to do. Hide behind Wendy maybe? Or place himself in front of a trio is probably better. This thing is archived. Okay. Flower Knight, only 2 action or cards left. One of them might be the mood that gets discarded. Glissade is the first one. Closest threat in facing in Fairy Ring, there's nothing. Then closest threat in range. Okay, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I get to choose, and we will choose Wendy. He will also stomp. Suffers 1 brain damage. But then he attacks with speed 3, and he does no damage. Oh, after damage, full move the monster towards the center of the board. That he may still get to do. So hold up. He was 5 away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can we, with a dash, get out of range? Yes, if we dash up here, we will be out of range. So he will move up here, not be able to damage, and therefore he will not full move towards the center of the board. Oh. Uh-oh. Now he's going to eat the fruit. Which, I mean, I really wanted to get the fruit for myself. Alright, but done is done. Let's do this. God damn it. We will try to make him move back, is what I'm thinking. So, let me see. I have reset all the survival actions, yes. Oh, but Wendy should have spent, not the surge, but the dash and spent a survival for that. Alright. You cannot... Oh no, I am a fool. Okay, we gotta reset that, because we have a priority target token that we gotta deal with, obviously. So, my bad. Well, that may be even better for us, honestly. We came from here. Yeah, so he can just dash instead. Dash. Spend the survival, roll a die. Didn't get it back. You just move here. Come down there. Priority target is put back. Dash is spent. You get your survival back. He didn't get to attack. He's not near the lonely fruit. All the good stuff. Alright. We can even place him there so that... Oh, Windy... She has to full move in a straight line. Doesn't matter then. So tricky setting up that slam thing. But we could use a dash to set up the charge, which may be prudent here. Hold on. Yeah, so we dash with Windy. I've never done this before, but I've thought about it. You use your survival. Then you set it up like so. Or here. Yeah. Then she does her normal move. Moves down here with the slam, effectively. Oh. That would knock him into Troy. I'm assuming that she can do it from here and just stop short. Full move forward, but she has to stop when she reaches him, of course. Yeah. She was here. Can she get closer in a different way? No. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that this is okay. She spent her dash, she spent her survival. Now she's slamming. Knockback 1. Toughness -1 for the entire round. Then she hits with the spear. Getting no hits. Not a single one. Okay. I also am forgetting. We've definitely wounded with the bow. We have wounded with the sword, I'm sure. Fairly sure we've wounded with the butcher. I think we've wounded with all weapons. I really got to be better at tracking them, because we only gain weapon proficiency if we have wounded with those specific weapons. Oh, he doesn't have weapon proficiency to worry about. But the spear and the axe, fairly sure. So she didn't hit at all. And she can surge then. Yeah, let's surge. Oh, okay. So then there's a hit. 2 hits. We might encounter the trap. Yep. Oh, god damn it. Place the Fire Knight in the center of the board. Place the attacker in front of the monster. They gain 1 luck token. That destroys my entire turn. God damn it. Each of the other survivors is grasped by the root and pulled in. Unless, oh, we do want to get closer to him, so I think this is fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This means that Wendy will take a nasty hit here, but she's got plenty of armor. So I am confident. Okay, and then he will do basic action. There are threats within the fairy ring, so no bloom. Then she will be targeted. Then move and attack. Speed 3, accuracy 2, damage is 3. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know if she has some evade. She probably does, but this is 3 hits. Okay, hands, feet, and head. And we have plenty of armor. 3 arms and feet. Okay. Finally, we get to tank a little bit with our armor here. Now, she's done all her stuff for sure. This was not you. Red token moves over here. That was his trap. So then we will shoot with Mr. Poopy Butthole. Who has the best luck? Mr. Poopy, but we might try to get the fencing art with someone else. Like Atreyu here. Oh, he can't reach unless he dashes. He's already used his dash. It's a little bit annoying that I can't see the movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. Wouldn't it be able to reach? Okay. I can look at the 2 top cards of the deck and put them in any order. That means I can choose between the 2 here. I think I will. If that's the mood, we can put that on top. Which it already is then, so that won't matter. We would also learn whether that is the thing. But let's not move Atreyu first. Let's go with Troy then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hitting on 2s then. Okay, 2 hit locations. Didn't draw the trap. -2 toughness here. And both of them will give us... No. Yeah, so we will go for this one because this can give us a random flower resource. Two. So that is a wound. The attacker gains a courage. Nice. Is knocked down, but we still do wound, of course. Oh, that was the good card. So then I should have shuffled them or placed them in top of in any order so that I could have put this one in the wound pile instead. All right. He's knocked down. I'll take it. Yeah, otherwise I would have to wound this location, and I'm not really interested. I want to try to either get the fighting art or a resource. So he's knocked down. We can try to get him back up. Encourage. We did not get the survival back. Then he will stand back up. Surge. And attack again. He hits with both. There's the trap, of course. So he gains a luck token. Place the attacker in front of the monster. I'm assuming that the monster doesn't turn for this necessarily. Each of the survivors is grasp, pulled in. Oh, so then Atreyu will be in reach, at least. Here, 5. All survivors doom. Perform basic attack action. Target the attacker. Now that might be bad. Now he's got 4 damage. And 3 attack actions here. 3 actions. 3 speed, 2 accuracy. He might kill Troy here. We've got 3 evade, which is decent. By the way, I realized that Rhythm Chaser here, we've probably lost that evasion token. Because I'm sure he was knocked down at the beginning of the fight. Yeah, so I definitely have not obeyed that. Okay, we can dodge 1, of course. Yeah, let's hope Troy don't die. He is rolling 3 dice, hitting on 5s. Okay, so this is not a hit. 2 hits. We'll roll the 2 dice. He's at -10 in the legs. Pretty sure that's a mistake. Legs and head. So we will dodge the head hit. for 1 survival. All survivors are doomed. Oh, really? Would you be doomed all the way? Yeah, why else would that matter? Shit. So no survival spent for dodge. Wow. Yeah, very, very much wounded. A severe injury to the head and the legs. We have the Dryad Acanthus to dodge a death, at least. He's used his lifetime reroll. He is knocked down because of the heavy hit location. Okay. Don't die, Troy. 4. Decapitation. You are dead. AKA Dryad Acanthus spent. Then the legs. Oh, 3. Gain 2 bleeding tokens. Okay, but that's not death. Luckily. Okay, whew. That had me worried. We rolled poorly on the severe injuries, but we survived. That was Troy attacking. God damn it. Okay. The hit location deck is triggered. Okay, so we might still lose people here. Let's try not to. Now we want Atreyu to come behind him here and attempt to get the kill blow and the fencing fighting art at the same time. Scrap sword is 2 dice. Hitting on 4s, so 1 hit only. And here's a chance to get the fencing fighting art. Hitting or critting on 7s, but 6s because of the deadly thing. I'm tempted to give him a lock token, but that's not actually the same. So we do not do it, and instead we get the failure, perform basic action, target the attacker. God damn it. Anything I need to be aware of here? 2-way wait still? Really? Huh. Oh yeah, one evasion token and 1 from being born into our tribe. So that is accurate. Okay, and he has some armor. So this should be okay. Basic attack action. Targeting him, of course. Yeah, target the attacker. Okay, he's fighting back all of a sudden. Here at the end of the fight. Oh, he is hitting on... basic action is 2s, but 4s. And so all of them hit. God damn it. Body, waist, and feet. We will dodge one of them just because we have the survival. We get the survival back. We will dodge the body one. So waist and arms. But we live. That was a trail. He can still surge. This is so nasty, man. And I think we will do it with him. Surge. Attempt to get the survival back. We didn't, so we are out of survival. We could attack with the daggers instead. Let me see. Scrap sword. Oh, it wounds. We had a high chance of the crit wound here. And better chance of just wounding in general. Yeah, we should do the scrap sword. Two hits. Did I shuffle after the trap? Yeah. Alright. There's a chance of a resource here. Yeah, that's fine. 7 is a crit. Yeah. Alright. So, first of all, his AI card is discarded. Flower Knight's helmet is damaged. If the monster is inside the fairy ring, it suffers a -1 accuracy token. Nice, nice, nice. So then it has harder time hitting us next turn. Attacker gains luck. And a random flower resource. Oh, right. We can find them. we go, this is how you do it. You find the Flower Knight here, search for the Flower Knight resources, like that. And then there's supposed to be one less Osseous Bloom, so if we draw that, we will discard the first one. But we didn't draw it. You may consume this and archive it during the settlement phase to gain 3 endeavors. Oh, skip the next hunt. Oh. For the one consuming and gain the flower addiction or disorder. Okay, but 3 endeavors. Ooh, that's nice. All right, that was this location. So if we succeed in wounding on the final one here, that is the end of the fight. Do we want to consume this one? No, we will attempt it. Yeah, we wound. Oh, we crit. But it doesn't matter. Yeah, we have wounded him, so the fight is done. We didn't lose anyone. We took no severe injuries, I think. No, not during the fight itself. So all in all, that was a very successful fight. And we gained the... where is it? Here. If the survivors are victorious and any Nightmare Fruit miniatures remain on the showdown board, they gain the Nightmare Fruit Strange resource. Fruit... And it's the Lonely Fruit. So that is another thing that we get during the settlement. You may consume and archive this to Lonely Lady. And we assume that this is a good thing, because otherwise why would we? So we are going to. But let's start by looting the Flower Knight. We need an organ out of him in order to... in order to innovate this phase. So we would really like that. 100 XP for everyone. There's a trigger. The first time I think I triggered the second 100 XP milestone. Age 2. Yep. Probably not the first one. I feel like we did this before. Okay. For Mr. Poopy Butthole, give me something good. 2d10. 8. 1 permanent strength. Okay, we'll take it. There. Then back. Back. Oh, I broke it. Okay, but it was the Flower Knight. Here. 100 XP weapon proficiencies. And we are going to assume that we got it all around. Nothing for you because you don't have any triggers yet, but weapon proficiency trigger here. Good. Specialist. Weapon proficiency over here. All right, and that's the axe. They are in weapon proficiencies here. Search for, let's find an axe here. There. This is the mastery, this is the specialization. Put it there. When attacking with an axe, if your wound attempt fails, you may ignore it and attempt to wound the selected hit location. Again, limit once per attack. Nice. Good. Back. Rewards. All right. And when the survivors defeat the Flower Knight, they gain the Flower Knight's badge, rare gear. Okay. Oh god, I hate when I click that button. Group. Reset. Reset. It's spread that I keep clicking. So it was Flower Knight badge. Okay. Each of them? Probably just one. Add the petal spiral innovation to the settlement's innovation deck. Petal spiral. If any survivors have the fencing secret art and the ghostly beauty disorder, they gain the narcissistic disorder and 1 permanent innovation. Wow. I'm glad we didn't get that. Next settlement phase, sense memory. That'll be here. Sense memory. The group gains the following rewards: 4 basic and 4 flower resources. Okay. Let me reset that first. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll grab that, that, and that. Come over here. We gained the hide. That's not what we needed. A bone. An organ, or a random one. So we can innovate. Good. Another organ. The flower. The fruit. Lantern bud. And so we just gotta hope that the Gorm Weather doesn't destroy the whole thing. We probably only get 1 flower night badge. That's anything else seems insane. On arrival, draw 1 tactics card and gain 1 invasion token. Tactics card. Not sure what a tactics card is. But we get that. And then that's it. If the settlement innovated petal spiral, they gain, when they defeat a level 3 flower knight, all survivors gain the fencing art and the ghostly beauty and the narcissistic disorder and gain the true. If they already had that whole thing, they would get the True Blade secret fighting art. Okay, so maybe we would want the guy or the lady who's already narcissistic to go on flower night hunts going forward. All right. All in all, we will now clean up the showdown. Check the timer on the video. All right, let's do 1 settlement event here. An uninvited guest. All right, we are returning survivors, so we are gaining endeavors. Oh, and let's just do this in proper order. When we return, the guy who is the matchmaker. Here, when you are a returning survivor, once per year, you may spend endeavor to intimate. Oh, we don't have to do that right now. Oh, we can't, I think, right now. Heal returning survivors, remove tokens, do not remove gear. That's not what I wanted to do, but whatever. Let's put him back out. Troy, where were you? Troy! Spawn. Reset. Set. Heal and reset. Okay. Gain endeavors, update timeline, draw settlement event card and resolve it. We do that first, obviously. Elder Council. This sounds like a positive thing. The elders of the settlement gather to reminisce over their hard-won scars. Count the total number of hunt XP among all survivors at the bonuses and consult the table. What? Count the total number of hunt XP among all survivors. Saga, scarification, and records. Innovations, I guess. Let me just check. Innovation Archive Saga, for example. Yeah, that corresponds to the same icon over here. And just to be absolutely 100% sure, scarification is not in there. Okay. Maybe that's in here. Scarification. Yeah, okay. So those are innovations that we don't have. count all hunt XP. We have 4 plus 6, that's 10, 12, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 23, 23. And then we still roll, I presume. Alright, the 100 plus potential here. We will, I'm just going to call it, we are going to end up in 21 to 50 here. -1 endeavor, oh. Okay. One of the elders recalls a story about a bizarre lion it met on a dangerous hunt. The monster was mourning, and in its paw held a tattooed human hand. Add the beast of sorrow to your quarry list. Oh, you will find its rules on the legendary monster story event page. You may now hunt this monster, beast of sorrow. Beast of sorrow. So that may be the next episode. Not sure. Bizarre lion. Okay, you may now hunt this monster. Fair enough. That was the Elder Council. Put that there. Then let's do one timeline event, like I said. Again, I gotta do it proper order here. Took a story and settlement events on the timeline this year. Yep. Uninvited guest. Oh, he has like a feline face, this guy. A lion face. That's a nasty claw hand. Alright. An uninvited guest. They awoke to find someone new standing at the center of their settlement. Still a statue. A lion-like creature with razor-like claws. Stood seeing everything and saying nothing. They wondered if it was even alive. But the boldly curious reported an electrifying gaze in its still eyes. What is this creature? Why is it here? Tremblings, the survivors deliberate. What is this creature? The settlement gains the Stoic Statue Innovation. Add Stoic Statue to the settlement's innovations and settlement record. Okay. Just like that. Stoic Statue. And we can use an endeavor to worship the monster. We may not depart or endeavor again this settlement phase. For this character that are used doing the thing. You can gain understanding, or your faith is inspiring. Departing survivors gain +1 survival. If this result is gained more than once in a settlement phase, they instant gain +10 survival. Alright. But a way to gain understanding fairly reliably. Deliberate. Add places everyone to the timeline 2 years from now. Each player nominates 1 survivor, then the group roll 1d10. So that means I nominate 4 survivors, I would guess. Let me see. Places everyone. That sounds like a play, like a theatrical play. 2 years from now. And we are here. So, places everyone. And now we're filling up the timeline here. And then we roll 1d10, I guess. Yeah, we must. I don't think this is the places everyone event. That would be a different thing. So, let's see what happens. 1d10. 3. Distracted by the new presence, the survivors' attempts at labor amount to little. No matter where they go, the lion's night eyes seem to follow them. -2 endeavor. Jesus. Alright, this is going to be an easy settlement phase. If the settlement has innovated drums, they beat them wildly to drive the night's gaze out of their minds. A random nominated survivor gains the... Oh, I should have... each player knows that then the group rolls 1d10. Okay. We are going to randomize it. Let's just do that. So, we have 11 survivors currently. So, I rolled 2d10. This is 2 and this is 11. And then anything else we will re-roll. Wait, that doesn't make sense. No. So, we just go 1 to 10 with poopy butthole skipping. because he's got so many things ongoing for him already. So 8. This was 10, 9, 8. That is Troy. Okay. Troy will what? The coprolalia disorder. Coprolalia. All your gear is noisy. You are always a threat unless you are knocked down, even if an effect says otherwise. Okay. That's fine. That may mean that I want to get him back to being the dodge tank or a tank in general because he's going to be targeted more. And now he is like a taunt. He has a taunt mechanic ongoing. So there's something there. -2 endeavor. God damn it. All right. And then in the interest of keeping this as a 2-hour video max, we will try to end it here. So I hope everyone enjoyed this episode against the Flower Knight. That was a very interesting fight. I think it could have gone very wrong, but we had some lucky circumstances that meant he left the fairy ring more often than I think he normally would. And that's really how you're apparently supposed to beat that guy, I think. So all in all, a good episode here. We also have the Acanthus. Man, if the Gorm weather destroys my entire storage, I would be very, very sad. So let's hope it doesn't. During the settlement phase, I wonder if I could probably do stuff like consuming this one right now. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say I can probably just do that right now. And then we will have a flower girl. And I know exactly who I want to be the flower addicted person. That is Pepper Potts, who already has narcissistic and who is blind and has gaping chest wound. Jesus. All right, but she gains the flower addiction. All right. Anything else that I want to eat before the Gorm does anything? Warbling Bloom. You may plan this during the settlement phase to archive it and gain +1 population. The survivor is born with a flower addiction disorder and a face just like the Warbling Blooms. God damn it. One ugly motherfucker. But we get a 1 population just like that? I don't mind that at all. New survivor. Spawn. Oh, and I just... God damn it. Here. Spawn. So we may have to deal with the Flower Knight again at some point, because we got some flower addictions ongoing. Do we gain anything else during picking up some of these things? We might want to trigger the Lonely Fruit before we do the Gorm weather, Gorm climate, but again, now I'm gonna end the video. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. See you next time, guys.